full week 5 overview. So Colts, Broncos, snooze fest. Colts get the dub. Giants beat the Packers. Sound the alarms in New York, baby.
Wow. 4-1 Giants.
I will like to say this. I think the Giants are playing great. I love it. However, I do think that 4-1 is a little inflated. Beating the Packers normally, that's like the coolest shit in the world. But let's not forget that this is the same Packers team that has been struggling all season. It's one of their worst starts since 2018. So if this is last year, I'm literally blowing a gasket. This year is still an awesome victory. I don't want to take anything away from them, but I don't think the Giants are as good as their record implies. I still think they're good. I would say the Giants are currently a B or A tier team. Probably not A, more like B. But this is an awesome victory. I don't want to take anything away. The only thing I really want to say is everybody who laughed at me for saying Saquon Barkley is going to be an incredible fantasy running back, I want you to actually get down on your hand and knees and suck my dick, Andrew Balls. He's been amazing. And this whole offense has been awesome. This is one of Daniel Jones' really solid game. And also, another takeaway is Packers got to get it together here. 30-28. This game was like all Browns for a while. It really looked like the Browns were going to win, and then the Chargers clawed back. They couldn't, have that on their conscience.
Eckler, fantasy merchant, dude.
Yeah, that was a huge game for him. Austin Eckler really underperformed in fantasy, week after week. So I hope you didn't end up trading him. Yeah. Because that's what people end up doing. And then all of a sudden, as soon as you trade him, this is when he decides to go for 170, a touchdown, 4 receptions, 26 yards, and another touchdown. Mike Williams had a monster game, although Denzel Ward had some massive breakups. I love Denzel Ward. Every time I watch the Browns play, there's a lot of takeaways. Number one, Nick Chubb's still a god. Look at this. This is classic Browns, bro. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. But the only other takeaway I usually see with the Browns is Denzel Ward is so good at football. I love Denzel Ward. Yeah, Nick Chubb's incredible. Nick Chubb was really falling in fantasy too, but he's consistently had crazy output, especially without Deshaun Watson. Yeah. It's interesting to see how this team dynamic's going to change when Deshaun Watson gets in. I don't think Deshaun Watson's going to be content handing the ball off 30 times a game or 40 times a game or whatever. So I don't see it, but we'll see. Texans Jaguars. Just when you think the Jaguars are good, they go ahead and lose to the Texans. It's because they watch CFM and they know that this week in CFM I play the Jaguars as the Texans.
And it's Davis Mills season too, I think. Tough.
Damien Pierce. Apparently Damien Pierce had an absolutely insane run this game. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see it, so I got to check that out. You know who is really making me excited? Nico Collins. Nico Collins is either a rookie this year or is a rookie last year.
Okay.
But I have so many Nico Collins rookie cards. Like rookie patch auto, this, that, and the other thing. And when I first got them, I'm looking at him like, fuck, it's a Texans wide receiver, and I don't really know this guy. But he's consistently playing really well. And I want him to just keep popping off and just shoot the value up of those, baby. Yeah,
nothing really
Jaguars sucked, but you know what I loved? You know what I fucking loved? Travis Etienne, for the same carries, significantly outperformed James Robinson, and he got 3 receptions. I want so badly for Travis Etienne to come into the RB1 role. Yeah. I don't know if this is any indication because they played so horrible this game. Did they even have a touchdown or is that 2 field goals? I think it's 2 field goals. Yeah really tough game here for the Jaguars, but I am hoping it's good news for Travis Etienne. So that's a diamond in the rough if you're a Jaguars fan and you have Travis Etienne in fantasy. If you don't play fantasy and you're just a Jaguars fan, well, your life probably already sucks. So I don't know what to say to you. 15-21. That Grady Jarrett call was a horrendous call. Oh my gosh.
Horrible the roughing the passer.
Yeah, it was terrible. I do think some people believe that this is some Tom Brady meat slurping. And as a proud hater of Tom Brady, I actually don't believe that's what happened. What I think happened was ever since the Tua hit,
everyone's on edge.
I think anytime a quarterback's going down like that, the NFL is in these refs' ears like, guys, this was a horrible look for us. All we care about is money. Just start throwing some flags. We don't give a fuck. Yeah. That's my opinion on it. And by the way, everybody's saying, this lost the Falcons the game. If the Falcons had scored a touchdown and a penalty called it back, I might be on your side. But all this would have implied, had that not happened, is the Buccaneers punt, and then the Falcons have to score. And over the course of this whole game, they were only able to score twice. So there's no guarantee that the Falcons were going to score. So that's the only thing I have to say about it. It was still a horrendous call. It changed the game. The Falcons would have had an opportunity, and it took it from them. But I don't believe that everybody's saying it lost them the game, and that was just such an exaggeration. They still have to go score the touchdown.
Bills to the Super Bowl.
That's disgusting.
Just so dominant, dude.
Disgusting. They've done this to like so many teams.
Wild stat for Kenny Pickett though: 34 for 52, 327 yards.
I strongly believe that is a better stat line than what Mitch Trubisky would have had in the same scenario. Dude, and when Kenny Pickett's in, George Pickens is always wide receiver 1. I mean, okay, I also want to say that this reception share is absolutely insane. Yeah. You rarely see this many different people get this many different touches. It's almost like he was trying to. Guy had a wheel of mutt challenge, and he had to hit it. 4 different receivers, 5 receptions. Gentry, Claypool, Deontay, Pickens, Jalen Warren, Najee, Connor Hayward.
Hey,
Connor Hayward got 2 receptions. Fucking go. Love Connor Hayward. Connor Hayward went to Michigan State. You know what I hate?
Gabe Davis.
You know what I hate about this? Oh, Gabe Davis on my fantasy team. Guy was literally playing Madden. 3 receptions, 171 yards. Barely even touched the fucking ball, and he went for 172.
Dude, I don't know if you saw this game, but in the beginning,
Kenny Pickett looks sick. Special. Good to see.
The initial kickoff, they literally brought it out and like ended up on like the 2-yard line or something. Really? It was literally 3rd and 10. Josh Allen is standing in their own end zone, and they he threw like a 90-something yard pass to Gabe Davis for a touchdown.
That's nuts. No, I didn't see it.
Could have completely turned the game around. I mean, the Bills obviously are the better team, but to let that up 3rd and 10 and
that's tough. It's such a 50. It literally is a 50-50 ball too. Like I get it that the receiver can see the ball before the DB, but that's not like a safe throw by any means. It just worked out so well in this game, you know? Thank you, Bengals. Appreciate that for yeeting that over there. You know, this was a close game for a while.
Yeah.
I was watching this game like, the Dolphins are kind of bringing it back, and then it was just all Jets.
4th quarter,
in the
21
second half.
points.
Have you ever heard the name Skylar Thompson? Chat. Anybody in chat? Anyone heard the name Skylar Thompson before this game? I thought it was hilarious. I was reading an article about him. It was like backup signal caller.
Yeah.
Like, I know that a QB is technically called a signal caller, but I think their implication was that this guy literally, like, during the games, he just wears a hat and a mic.
Yep.
A hat and a headset.
He's just sitting there.
Like, actually calling signals like Teddy, run this play.
Yeah.
Like, he's literally not a fucking quarterback, like a suited-up quarterback, and they had to go to him, dude. Guy had no clue.
So when I didn't get to see this game. Did Teddy, he must have went out very early,
Teddy went out for concussion protocol.
Yeah.
Yep. And then Skylar, you know what? 19 for 33, 166. He didn't probably do any damage, but I think what was most impressive is the Jets offense. Dude, the Jets have been pulling out these really interesting plays, and they work. Zach Wilson,
oh my gosh,
who had a rushing touchdown. Berrios had a rushing touchdown. Breece Hall had a rushing touchdown. Breece Hall had 2 receptions for 100 yards. They were like, and I really feel like most of the season, they've been in their Duffy.
Yeah.
I just saw a compilation of the Jets running literally the Philly special.
Really?
Like the end around reverse, and then the quarterback or somebody goes and catches it. And even when the play gets blown up, they'd still get touchdowns on it. So I am very, very excited to see the Jets play calling this year. It's been great. Tough loss for the Dolphins. They picked up so much momentum, so much steam, and it feels like the steam's out of the sails right now. A tough loss earlier, and now you get shit on by the Jets. Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets are both 3-2. Amazing start for the Jets this season, too. It feels like every team that was supposed to start out shitty is starting out strong, other than the Lions. So that's a classic right there. Closer game than we had expected.
Yeah, a lot
but the Vikings take the dub at home. Justin Fields had one of his best performances of the season. So that's really exciting as a Bears fan. You know, I'm really happy for him. I'm glad he had such a good game. But even then, it's just such an underwhelming stat line. Like even when he has a really good game, you know. Kirk Cousins airing that shit out. Justin Jefferson had a pass for 23 yards. Dalvin Cook. Remember when I said Dalvin Cook is about to have a monster game? So trade for Dalvin Cook in fantasy if you can. That's a pretty big game right there. 100 yards, tutties. 10, 2 tutties, 22, 3 receptions, 2 receptions, 24, 30 yards, 26 or 27 bomb. It's a pretty big game. Then Justin Jefferson continues to carry me in fantasy. So
yeah, bro, I love having him. Nasty.
I'll be honest, I didn't watch this game. Both these teams have been teams I have no interest in watching. Derrick Henry did have a really big game though, so that's exciting for him.
Just slow, like not a high average, but just stacking on the carries for him. 2 tutties.
I mean, that's Titans offense. They continue to go for it. Wentz, okay. Dude, you know what amazing game, though? De'Ami Brown. De'Ami Brown and Gabe Davis decided that they don't even want to touch the football. They just want yards and touchdowns.
2 receptions for 105 yards.
They said, listen, just throw it to me like twice or 3 times, and I'm going fucking a yard every single time. All right.
Damn.
Seahawks Saints. Jeez. The Seattle Seahawks offense has been one of the most impressive things that I've seen this season. Now, they've kind of got the Lions effect where like their fans are probably really excited, even though they suck right now. Like they're 2-3. They still suck. But Geno Smith has been awesome. Now, I wouldn't even say in relief. He's a great starting quarterback right now in the league. He's playing really, really well. Kenneth Walker's great now that Rashad Penny's entirely out, so it's going to be K-Dub's season.
Yep.
Lockett had a huge game. Metcalf had a huge game. I really love Geno Smith, but the Seahawks, like the Lions, just they can't get it going on defense. They were horrible on defense last year. They're horrible on defense this year. I'm surprised to see the Saints let up 32, though. The Saints are, to me, supposed to be one of the best defenses in the league, and holy shit, Taysom Hill,
bro.
9 carries, 112 yards, 3 touchdowns. Did anybody start Taysom Hill in fantasy this week? Because Taysom Hill has been non-existent. I don't think anybody was using him anywhere. Did anybody have him at flex?
How many points did he have, dude? Holy crap.
Just off of that right there, he's got 30. I don't know if he has any other stat, but that's a 30 bomb right there.
Gosh.
You did as flex. I don't know if
he had 69 return yards.
That doesn't count for anything in fantasy.
Oh, it doesn't?
I don't think. No, it shouldn't. Niners-Panthers. Huge win for the Niners. It's almost to the point where I'd say the Carolina Panthers are the worst football team in the league. I'm pretty close to that point. I feel like the Panthers are really, really bad. The Texans are really, really bad.
And, didn't Baker got hurt or something, I believe.
I didn't see.
I believe he...
Oh, Phil Walker came in. Phil Walker was the former XFL quarterback.
Okay.
Really, he's a stud. He struggled last year when he did come in, but I'm hoping he can have a good season this year.
The Philadelphia Eagles.
They really start 5-0, dude. I tell you what, though. I took the Cardinals here. That's a squeaky. That's a squeaky game right there.
Close one.
So Cardinals do start the season 5-0. Incredible game.
Eagles do.
Sorry. Thank you.
Good.
Yeah, the Eagles start the season 5-0. Jalen Hurts with 2 rushing touchdowns and a solid passing game again. I don't know where Jalen Hurts is on MVP, and unfortunately, Josh Allen keeps putting up fucking 500 yards a game, so he's probably not going to get it, but damn, would have been nice if he got it. Dallas Goedert had a really big game here. Yeah. Devonta Smith, 10 for 87. That's the thing, I guess, from a fantasy perspective, is it's like you've got 2 incredible wide receivers, just incredible. Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown. That's why teams like that's like kind of piss me off in fantasy. Same with the Dolphins. Like I refuse to take A.J. Brown or Devonta Smith or Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle.
Right, because you're just splitting.
Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle have been amazing. So that was a bad call, but it pisses me off.
You're just splitting, Yeah,
because you're just like, fuck, throw to the guy again.
Dude, but a good pick by you, Marquise Brown.
Both leagues.
All season has been doing very well.
Yeah, he's averaging a good like 20 points a game. Really Things could change when D-Hop comes back. Yeah. In fact, things will change when D-Hop comes back, but I just want him to continue to like establish chemistry with Hollywood. More chemistry than he already has, so that I can keep racking up the fantasy points here.
This was a big surprise to me.
Neither of us had Cowboys, right?
No.
I don't think either of us did.
Especially at the Rams, too, which usually helps the home team. But, dude, there was actually a lot of Cowboy fans at this game.
Really?
Like watching like the Cowboys score a touchdown, and the place went wild. And I'm like looking, I'm like, they're still at the Rams, but
dude, people in Los Angeles do not like football.
Yeah, that's true.
I tell you, it's so ironic. Like when we go out in public and stuff, and people recognize me.
Yeah.
And you now at this point too.
Yeah, a little bit.
But like it's so ironic. LA is where everybody says that it's like YouTuber home. Like all the YouTubers in LA, all the content creators in LA. The safest place I've ever been in my whole life, walking around in public, Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Because everybody there is on some dumb, weirdo, hippie, TikTok nerd shit.
Right.
Anything but football.
Yes.
They love basketball too. Like there is sports there. I'm not saying that. But like,
that's so true.
Oh my God, I never saw jerseys. I would like, so at one point I was like just trying to buy a Rams jersey like for a video. I couldn't even find one.
Yeah.
Like I'd go in like all these stores where normally I'd find Lions gear just to look for their Rams gear. They didn't even have Rams gear.
Yeah, like you
could have every other team.
Yeah, you could go to a Meijer and you'd find whatever Lions gear you needed, like anywhere.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, you get MSU gear, U of M gear.
You go buy alcohol and a 12-gauge shotgun and a fucking Lions jersey if you want. like, bro, you can go in and get anything you want.
Only thing you can get in like a Best Buy in LA or a Meijer, or like any grocery store. Yeah. You can get like a selfie stick, like the LED ring light, and depression. That's all. Those are the only
Adderall
three you can
script.
get.
And coffee.
Yeah, you can buy Adderall over the counter.
And coffee.
Just go into any Rite Aid. That's so funny. Well, yeah, Cowboys Rams. I think the biggest takeaway. Well, no, this is so fucking funny. When the Cowboys went 0-1, myself included, we all said, "Wow, one game in and the Cowboys season is over." It's not Cooper Rush. I love Cooper Rush like the next guy. Look at this fucking stat line. I'm sick of hearing about Cooper Rush. If you're doing it for the meme, whatever. But stop pretending like Cooper Rush is winning these games. The Dallas Cowboys defense is so fucking good.
Yeah.
They are a top 5 defense in the league, top 3 defense in the league. I would almost tell you that the Dallas Cowboys defense is the best defense in the league. I would almost tell you that. I'm not at that point yet. They're so good. This is the defending Super Bowl champions getting boxed like a fish against Jerry Jones, bro.
Turnovers were just killed the Rams.
Dallas Cowboys defense is so good. Cooper Rush is literally doing nothing and they're winning football games. Look at this. Scroll this up. Look at Cooper Rush stat line.
Yeah.
I guess we're still feeding
No turnovers,
Zeke.
though.
We're still feeding Zeke with that 3.5 yards per carry, though. I don't know. Tell me about Tony Pollard. 8 carries, 86 yards. My boy.
Tutty.
Yeah, I don't know. So
Last game
whatever.
for week 5 right here.
Ravens-Bengals.
Insane
Awesome
game. Insane
Wait,
game.
what team did I have? You might have like monstrously whooped me. I might have had the Bengals this game.
Gosh, let me look here.
I feel strongly. Oh, no. I said Ravens because MVP Lamar season. Lamar
I'll
MVP
pull it up
season.
right now just to double check.
Good call.
You had the Ravens. I had the Bengals.
Good news.
Not too shabby, dude. 14 for 78, 5.5 yards for Mixon. He's good, dude. I feel like he's a pretty underrated back. No one really thinks about him that much.
I'd say 5 years ago, whatever it was, when he came into the league, he was incredible. And then the Bengals went through 3 years of being so bad, and everybody forgot about him, or just like really disliked him. They started disliking because they took him in fantasy and he did nothing. And then he's been just so good. Yeah, since
I just saw a lot of instances when, dude, if Jamar Chase is locked down, Joe Burrow almost seems to panic sometimes. Like, he almost is already locked onto him before he even snaps the ball, and he's like, I'm going to Jamar Chase. Seen so many times where it went to him, but it was like Joe Burrow realized that he was guarded really well and kind of had to just throw it past him or throw it over him. He doesn't even look at another option, and his O-line is definitely doing better, but gosh, he has just always got people in his face.
Well, shit worked last year, just bombing up to Jamar Chase, and it's not working as well this year. Yeah. So I do want to see the Bengals get it together here. It's been a struggle bus for the Bengals. Not Lamar's best game either, but this is a division rival matchup, so it's gonna be a good game. And Justin Tucker with a big time fucking clutch bomb. Justin Tucker is 25 for 26 on game winning field goals.
Really?
96%.